Arsenal shall deliver. What an embarrassing performance. 2-1 Arsenal win. The reason why I'm disappointed is because I felt like we should have gone on a rampage in this game. And we didn't rampage. We wilted. We were like flowers that just lost all their petals. We were trying to push and push and push, and it just seemed like this team were just set like jelly. They were moving, immovable object stuff. We just could not penetrate. We couldn't get it in. We couldn't do the oh. There was no He-Man, ding ding, dee 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 dee. None of that for us. We didn't have the power. Snap settings. I've got the power. We didn't have it. But at the end of the day, we've managed to scrape a win from this game. When it all looked bleak. When it all looked like this whole title thing was a bunch of nonsense. When it looks like, in my head, I'm having doubts about a lot of these players. Can they really step up to the mark? Can they really push forward and make things count when it needs to be count? This game was a reminder to some of these players that they do need to wake up, because some of the performances today has not been good enough. We got through by the skin of our teeth today. 2 own goals got us through the skin of our teeth today. We couldn't say one of our players scored today, but they influenced in some ways. Bukayo Saka cross got us the first goal. And the second one was a header by the defender. Jesus kind of put him under a bit of pressure and he's tapped it into the back of his own net. And they scored a header themselves. Which, to be honest, Hincapié should have been in front of the defender. What are you doing behind the defender? Why is your back to the defender? I just don't get that. But this is something he needs to learn really quickly. This is something a lot of these Arsenal players need to learn really quickly if we're going to ever mount a serious title challenge. Because what I saw out there today was very disappointing. Now, if the result had gone one way, you would have heard me cussing off a lot of players. You would have heard me going fully in, saying F-bombs and all of this, and I wouldn't have cared. I would have just said whatever. But I'm still very disappointed by that performance, because it was a performance that was shit. It's as simple as that. It was a shit performance. It was very bad. Now people say, well, we pressed and we did this. We had possession. We kept possession for about 72% possession. But we did nothing with that possession. We didn't have a shot on target in the first half. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for a club like Arsenal. We should be all over this team. Second to bottom. They're at the bottom. 2 points this team have all season. You're telling me we can't penetrate a team like that? You're telling me we can't get it in? It's crazy. It's insane. But we have won the game somehow. So I guess I shouldn't be complaining. But there's major concerns here. Major red flags. That the fact that we didn't stand strong and stand up. That we didn't put this team to the sword. Which most of our fan base and most of the people expected us to do. Now, what gives me much confidence to think we're going to go into our next game and we're going to absolutely steamroll and do things to other teams? I just look at certain players in this team and I'm starting to question a few of them. Bucharest today wasn't good enough. Held the ball up a few times. Okay, but the chance where Bukayo Saka puts that ball into the box, you're supposed to be there sliding that in. But you were behind the defender. Martinelli today was poor. Back to the usual Martinelli. Not good enough. Not good enough today. So overall, a bunch of performances around the team weren't good enough. I'm not just going to single out them 2 players. I think defensively we were not great today either. Hincapié sleeping for that goal. But overall, we've got 3 points from this game, which we really didn't deserve, if I'm being honest. We weren't playing with flair. We weren't trying to just do the Ric Flair stuff. Woo! All over these people. Woo! We weren't doing any of that. Styling and profiling. Instead, we were falling like Alicia Keys. What gives me much hope, to be honest. But they say you keep grinding out results, you don't know what's going to happen. But this today was embarrassing. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm still feeling very embarrassed by that performance because it wasn't good enough. Team at the bottom. You put teams like these to the sword. You put 4-5 past them. You don't allow this team to stifle you, and then you're struggling to get goals from this team, and then they score against you, a team that's supposed to be defensively solid. Cool, yeah, we have Gabriel out, but that's still no excuse. Wolves are bottom of the table for a reason, because they're shit. We allowed a shit team like this to score against us today. That infuriates me even more. But let's just end this thing, because I can't be bothered to go on any longer. Let's see what happens in the next game. Till next Arsenal, I shall deliver. I'll deliver my opinions later. Bullshit, man. Absolute BS. Fuck this, man.